What is up guys, and welcome to another Red Dead Online video. In today's video we are going through my list of what I think are the most irritating gameplay problems within this game currently. Because of how much I play Red Dead, I have to deal with these problems on a daily basis. Most of these problems I'll get 2, maybe even 3 times a day each, so there are a lot of problems that you have to go through. These are the gameplay bugs that are the most irritating to me, but I know that there are a ton more. There are so many little problems right now within this game. So let me know in the comment section down below the list of your top 3 most irritating bugs that you have to deal with just because you want to play this game, but unfortunately these bugs are preventing you from doing so. So first up on my list is the empty shack bug, and this is incredibly irritating because it seems like everything is working perfectly fine except there is no NPCs within the shack. And most of you will feel like, oh, that's a pretty small problem. No, it's actually pretty major because all the NPCs are missing within the shack. Unfortunately, Maggie Fike is missing, which means you cannot interact with her, you cannot do bootlegger missions, you cannot do main missions, and you cannot access the store to buy whatever it is you want to buy from her. Likewise, you cannot go downstairs and you cannot talk to Marcel because Marcel is not there. So that means you cannot go and buy the weak, average, or even strong moonshine, and you cannot add flavor into it, and you cannot do a moonshine cell delivery. This whole thing is incredibly irritating to me, and this is probably the bug that I get the most out of any other bug. And it seems to happen after I do something for the moonshine role. So for example, I will do a moonshine cell delivery. As soon as I have completed that moonshine cell delivery, I will head straight back to the moonshine shack so I can then resupply and make money in the background whilst I go off and do whatever it is I want to do within the game. But as soon as I get back, that is when all the NPCs disappear. Likewise, the same thing will happen after I do a bootlegger mission. I've now reduced the cost of mash. I'm now heading all the way back to the shack just so I can buy the cheaper moonshine mash, and unfortunately all the NPCs have disappeared, so it means I cannot talk or interact with Marcel. To fix this problem, I have been told that I can go over to the bar and it will solve the problem, but unfortunately that doesn't really work. I end up having to wait maybe 10, maybe even 15 minutes just to fix it, and in that time I might as well just dashboard and restart again, and that is exactly what I have to do every single time NPCs disappear. The second thing on my list has to be the loading screens. I think this is going to be on everyone's list because this is a major problem within the game, and as things currently stand there are 2 different loading screen problems. The first one is the black loading screen. I think this is the one that most people get. This seems to be connected to the moonshine role. So after you do a bootlegger mission, it will then put you back into the free roam lobby, but in between that transition of talking to Maggie Fike and then being put back into the free roam lobby, you will then get a loading screen. And what's supposed to happen is that it's just a simple fade to black, and then after a couple seconds you're now in a free roam lobby. But what happens a lot of the time is that this loading screen is extended, and unfortunately it will never load you back into the free roam lobby, which then means you need to dashboard, restart the game again, and then try to do that bootlegger mission again. And it's the exact same thing if you're going to be doing a delivery. What's incredibly irritating about this is that yes, you do have the dashboard just to start the game up again, but on top of that you can also lose the moonshine if you're going to be doing a delivery. So that means just because you've had this loading screen and you've had to dashboard, it actually counts as you quitting halfway through a moonshine delivery. So that means that you do not have the moonshine anymore, and you do not have the money because you didn't actually successfully pass the moonshine delivery. So that results in no money, no XP, and also you do not have the moonshine still within your shack. So that means you have to start again. The other type of loading screen is when you're just trying to transition from an online lobby to go to another online lobby, or maybe you're going to go into the story mode. Yet again, this seems to have come from the moonshine update, and as far as I can tell, you do not actually lose anything whilst going through this loading screen, because this loading screen is only there once you're going from lobby to lobby, or you're going to lobby to single player. But it is still incredibly irritating just because you want to go from one lobby to another for whatever reason, and then you get this loading screen, which then means you have to dashboard just to load the game up again. The whole loading screen problem is incredibly irritating. I think a lot of people have lost a lot of money within the game, as well as wasted a lot of time just because of these loading screens. And then the third thing on my list is actually a fairly new thing that I've been experiencing over the last 2 or 3 weeks. The empty shack and the loading screens I've been having since the first couple of days of the moonshine update, but this one is new to me, and this is where I can't access my shack. Now this is incredibly weird because it seems like the game registers it as me leaving a free roam lobby to go into my shack, but my character doesn't actually leave the free roam lobby, but I can't actually interact with hardly anything until I run a certain distance away. It is incredibly weird. I've been experiencing this quite a few times lately. So what would happen is that I will head over to my shack within Bayou, and there will be a blue cursor to say that that is my shack, that I can actually interact with it. And I'll head over to one of the doors, and what you're supposed to do is press Y on Xbox One so you can enter that property. So you press that and the blue cursor goes away from your minimap, as well as the interact button of being able to press Y to enter. You then just wait there and you feel that eventually the game will load, but unfortunately it doesn't, and it just keeps you waiting waiting outside your door, just waiting for something to happen. You're then still playing within free roam, but unfortunately you cannot interact with anything else. You could try bringing up your weapon wheel, that doesn't work. You can try bringing out a weapon by aiming, that doesn't work. You could try bringing up your player menu by pressing left on the D-pad, but unfortunately that doesn't work. You can't access the catalog, you can't access your satchel. You can't even go up to your horse, press Y to jump on the back and just ride off. To get the game to register that you are still within free roam, you have to run a certain distance away, and eventually the shack icon will then appear on the minimap again. At that point you can turn around and run back and try to interact with it again, but in most cases you will still not be able to enter your shack. Unfortunately, this is another problem which you just have to dashboard the game and start it all the way back up again just so you can get into a free roam lobby and just try to get into your shack again. This has been a fairly new one for me, but by far it has been extremely irritating to deal with. But anyway guys, those are the list of my 3 most irritating bugs to deal with currently within Red Dead Online. As said at the beginning, let me know in the comment section down below of your list of the most irritating bugs to deal with. I know a lot of you guys are going to be talking about the loading screens, and I know a lot of you guys are going to be talking about the camp spawning as well as the animal spawns. The only reason I didn't add the animal spawn or the camp spawn is because the camp spawn hasn't been too much of a problem for me personally, even though I know it is a massive problem within the community, as well as I haven't put the animal spawn because this is just me being hopeful that Rockstar will fix this soon, as they have already acknowledged it. And on top of that, there are ways around it where you can go into a legendary bounty and get animals to spawn in. But anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going. So see ya.